Alright, got a little night review for you today, whenever you watch it, whatever. Um, Camp Motion Pictures release None of That. That camp is pretty infamous for putting out a lot of shot on video stuff. At least when they first came out, they were putting out a lot of that stuff. Cannibal Campout, Video Violence 2, Ghoul School. But this is the first thing I've seen that's a newer film put out by them. Pretty much, this is in a world where there is a secret society of supernatural vigilante nuns. That's right, supernatural vigilante nuns. Now, you want to go watch this movie right now, don't you? Just from that, you want to see it now, don't you? Well, pick it up, I'm telling you. Sister Kelly is next in line. She doesn't know it. She's next in line to be the top dog, top nun, supernatural vigilante nun, leader of the secret sect of the Black Habit. That's the name of their crew. So she is kicked out of her convent for beating up a priest after he came on to her. She's kicked out and sent to another convent. Well, on her way to the other convent, she is three dudes attempt to rape her, and she dispatches of them very quickly. Next thing you know, 3 nuns pop up and shoot her in the chest, and she dies and goes to heaven, where she trains and learns of her mission to train and come back to Earth as a human, alive, and kill drug dealers and pimps and just any nasty, disgusting person on the planet. Now her main focus is a crime family that they've been trying to get at for a while, and she is trained and sent back, and shit hits the fan. Now, this is certainly not, they're not taking this seriously. This isn't one of those movies that tries to be super serious. It is, a modern day exploitation film, and a lot of times when you have those sort of throwback style movies, a lot of times they do go the funny route or the comedy route, which they do, and they do well. But they also, it's very violent, good effects, and probably, to be honest with you, a lot of these low budget throwback films that want to do this sort of grindhouse style really rely on the goofiness and the comedy of it, but they don't seem to really. There's a timing to comedy. There's a flow to it. It's really an art form, honestly. I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedians because they really are. It's a control thing. You have to get the audience in the palm of your hands and manipulate them the way you want them to be. And a lot of these movies will go the goofy route, but they don't know how to deliver comedy. Well, these guys know how to deliver comedy. The jokes are funny. They're timed perfectly. And I love everything about this movie. It's hilarious. It's violent. It's sort of sleazy, not super sleazy. It's completely tongue-in-cheek, like religiously bad humor. I mean, if you're a Catholic and you're easily offended, don't watch this movie. But if you're a Catholic and you have a good sense of humor and you don't mind making fun of yourself, then you might have a good time with this. But if you're easily offended and you're a Catholic and you're a devout Catholic, I would say stay away from this because you're probably going to be offended 100 times over. I mean, Jesus is dancing in a dance club in heaven, you know. So uh, Gandhi trains kung fu with Nazi or not Nazi demon ninjas, you know. So this is the kind of thing we're dealing with. But it's edited amazingly. The only real problem I had with this, and this is minuscule, is the digital gunfight stuff. The gunfights are the bullet, you know, it's all digital, and you can tell they're just doing this with their hand. There weren't actually any blanks, but and some of the bullet hits are digital, but most of the bullet hits are actually practical effects. Um, it seems like most of the stuff besides like background scenery and the bullets are digital, but everything else is pretty much practical. There are a few digital bullets, digital hits, but they edit it well enough to where the practical it comes off. And at first, it's a little bit like, ugh, really digital fucking gunfire, great, fantastic. But you know what? This damn thing is so entertaining that after a while you don't even fucking care. It just sort of honestly adds to the cheesiness of the whole thing. And I don't want to say cheesy. Honestly, it's tongue-in-cheek. I'm not going to say cheesy. Say tongue-in-cheek. That's what it is. But none of that is a hell of a lot of fun. That's what it is. It's a great movie to bring your buddies over, grab some brews, and just have a party with it, man. It's really, there's not much I don't like about this. And this makes me very excited for The Disco Exorcist, which is the same director. So I'm looking forward to that. Feature-wise, there is a commentary with the director, the producer, and there's a commentary with the cast members. There is the original 4-minute short for that inspired the feature film. There is a making of called Breaking the Habit, the making of None of That, and an exploitation trailer vault. I'm telling you, go out and pick this up if you're into these sort of comedic throwback movies, over the top, offensive humor, any of that. You will like this. So check it out. None of that. And look for The Disco Exorcist because I'm going to be doing that. Have a good night.